Welcome back. It's our Tuesday edition of On the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk Radio. I want to give a big thank you for our last segment. Guest Jake Roos of UGAsports.com. He came on and gave us a lot of information that's going to be, I'm going to be looking forward to watching when kickoff takes place versus Mississippi State Bulldogs and also two Georgia Bulldogs. We're calling it the Battle of the Bulldogs in the SEC. Also, too, I want to say thank you to Jake Wimberly. He came on. He's with the Drive at 5, and he gave us the Mississippi State Bulldog side of things here in the Battle of the Bulldogs SEC matchup versus 11th ranked Georgia and 17th ranked Mississippi State. This segment in audio is brought to you as always by Lindsay and Associates with locations in Fayetteville, also 2 locations in Rogers. This segment is also brought to you by Locomotion. Trying to find a good place to take the kids? Check them out. Locomotion is located in Fayetteville, just below the Northwest Arkansas Mall. And if you don't have time to make it to Fayetteville, you can always make it to their sister option, Fun City, located right off the 412 bypass in Springdale, Arkansas. And if you don't get a chance to catch us each and every day live on our live stream, you can always catch us on iHeartRadio as we podcast each and every evening, the top segment that you've heard daily here on the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk Radio. And I want to bring in my producer for the final segment as we're about to close things out. And we posed a question, Demetrius, yesterday. Arkansas came out with some new uniforms to get ready for the Southwest Classic. And our question to the fan base was, good or bad for recruiting? And also, too, in looking at this new uniform, is this something that you'd like to see added to the option of uniforms for going forward with this program here at Arkansas? I, for one, love it. I think it's going to be a great addition to recruiting. Talk to several recruits via Twitter or text message, and they're really feeling this new look. Really excited to be able to tune in and watch this game and see how Arkansas looks in these new uniforms. And also, too, I'm of the belief, been watching Arkansas football for a long time, it is time to add a few new things, new wrinkles, because it's about the kids at the end of the day. It's about impressing that 17, 18-year-old kid and finding something that's going to give you just another little leg up when this kid starts to think about schools that he's going to as well. But also, too, when you look at this, Demetrius, and you have a uniform like this in such a big game, a must-win, honoring Jerry Jones, could this also, too, be a lot of pressure for these kids to really play? As you stated yesterday's show about Coach B saying didn't need Superman, but I mean, could this really get to these guys? If you're a player, which way are you leaning on, this uniform being such big talk heading into this ball game?
I like it. I gave you a little hard time about it when you first showed me. I was, they look like Ohio State. You pointed out they might, but I see they took the exact replica from the Cowboys and took it. So I'll give you that argument. You won that one. But, I think it's really exciting. I really like the progression Arkansas is making. They're such a traditional school that I really just like when they get out of their comfort zone and do different. My favorite uniforms are the white ones with the red carnation. Yeah, the white one's hard, bro. Ain't nothing like fresh white. Like anything fresh white is always beautiful. And then that splash of red.
See, I'm that gray. I'm the anthracite guy, the ones they won at Florida. I thought, and with also too a lot of kids, as we do recruiting as well here on the Hill, a lot of kids seem to gravitate to that uniform. So, kids are about the look. When we said it yesterday, Demetrius, you look good, you feel good, play good. And A&M's going to have a little swag in the Southwest Classic, coming up. Kickoff set for 11 o'clock in Jerry's World. The Southwest Classic. Talk about that. When both these teams, Demetrius, when you look at this game, Texas is real important. It's very important for in-state school, Texas A&M, but throughout our history at Arkansas, they've had a lot of Texhogs. That's our hashtag that we like to use. But, when this game, Arkansas being the home team, will get to host the unofficial visitors in this year's ball game. How big is it that Arkansas goes out with all those Texas kids that are going to be attending and really starts to, put their best foot forward as they're going to have to come back weeks later and months later and years later to recruit that area?
I think it's huge. And it's critical that Arkansas responds in the way that the fans expect. I'm not expecting them to go out here and put 500 yards up and blow Texas A&M out, but I am expecting them to play a sound game and a disciplined game. It being the fourth week of the season, and guys are really getting into that heavy SEC play. We need to start finding the identity. We need to start finding the nuances that's going to win us these ball games later on in the season, and find guys that we really expect to keep this team kind of moving in that upward direction. Guys like J-Red, guys like LaMichael Petway. We're going to need to see Austin Allen look a little bit more comfortable. So I'm really excited. I think it really has a making to be a downfall, though, if Brett Bielema doesn't come out on top. I have to give a big shout out to my guy, TJ LSU Dad. He called it the U-Haul Bowl. And, that has a lot of truth to it. I think the coach that does be on the losing end of this game, they're going to have a big backlash from their fan base, and we've seen both schools give that these prior 2 weeks. And when you look at it, Arkansas even got it with the win. So it's going to be interesting to really see how this game shapes out and who the winner is.
Like I said, it's a big game, real meaningful for both schools as far as recruiting territory. Arkansas, really needs to have a lot of East Texas, the Houston area, Dallas, Fort Worth Metroplex. They need to be able to go in there and, maybe not always get the best players, but get some of the best players. And when you have an opportunity to play an in-state school that recruits to the level that Texas A&M and Kevin Sumlin has, when they're able to go in there and win a game, with so much nostalgia that's going to be in that stadium on Saturday, honoring Jerry Jones. Now that kids are starting to be very aware. I know, years and years I've talked about recruiting to kids, and, they are real surprised to know Jerry Jones is an Arkansas alum. I think that's going to be real prevalent. Arkansas is going to get a lot of, talk in connection with Jerry Jones. So I think wearing this uniform really on this big stage in Cowboy Stadium can go tremendously good. Like you said, Demetrius, if you were able to win, kids start to talk about you more, or it could go tremendously bad. As there again, you'll hear, another big time Arkansas could step up and then get it done. Those are all things that we're going to be looking forward to see. But, in the SEC, big football games. We're going to conclude today's show, and then we'll keep up with the big ones that are on our horizon this Saturday in tomorrow's show. I want to give a big thanks to Jake Wimberly of the Drive at 5, also to of UGAsports.com. Jake Ruth. I want to give a last thank you to our sponsors, Lindsay and Associates, with locations in Fayetteville, locations in Rogers, also to Locomotion, just below the Northwest Arkansas Mall in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and Fun City. It's located just off the 412 highway there in Springdale, Arkansas. And lastly, when you don't get a chance to catch us on our live stream of On the Hill, be sure and check us out on iHeartRadio, as the top segment from On the Hill with Pat Jenkins each and every day will be podcast. You can catch that in the evenings, and you can catch us here tomorrow, and we hope to catch you back. It's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins. You guys have a blessed one.